Hello and welcome. Today, we are going to totally transform how you talk about your everyday life in English. Seriously, we're going to unlock 5 simple keys that will help you sound way more natural and feel a lot more confident. So, let's just dive right in. You know that feeling, right? Where you're talking, you know the words, you've got the vocabulary, but when you actually try to talk about your hobbies or what you did yesterday, something just feels a little bit stiff, a little unnatural. It's an incredibly common problem, so you're not alone. But hey, the good news is we're absolutely going to fix that today. We're about to unlock 5 really essential keys that will make your conversational English just flow so much more smoothly. All right, let's get into it. Our very first key is all about how you talk about the things you love, the things you enjoy, and just your general preferences. This is an area where a really simple mistake can make you sound a little off. So, the secret weapon here is something called a gerund. Now, I know that sounds super technical, but I promise you it's so simple. All you do is take a verb, an action word, and you stick ing on the end. And boom, that action is now a thing, a noun. Reading, swimming, cooking. These are now activities we can talk about. And here is the most important part. Whenever you use one of these words on the screen, words about your feelings like, love, enjoy, the activity that comes right after it has to be a gerund. This isn't just a suggestion, it's kind of like a rule of the road for English grammar. And here you can really see what I mean. It's the difference between I like read books, which sounds clunky, and I like reading books, which sounds perfect. You're not talking about the single action, you're talking about the activity as a whole. Same thing with she enjoys swimming. It just rolls off the tongue so much better, right? Okay, key number 1 is in the bag. Let's move on to our second key. This one is all about time and how to make a really clear separation between your habits right now and things that happened in the past. Getting this right is so important for telling stories and just describing your life. The great thing here is that English gives us these really clear signals. So for your current routines and habits, you're going to use the present simple, often with time words like usually or every day. But for actions that are totally done, totally finished, you switch over to the past simple using words like yesterday or last year. Oh, this sentence is just perfect. It shows you exactly how you can use both tenses together in one single natural thought. I usually drink, that's your routine now. But yesterday I had, that's the specific finished thing that happened back then. Honestly, mastering this little contrast is a total game changer. All right, we're rocking and rolling, halfway there. For a third key, we're going to add another layer of detail to our routines. It's not just about what you do, it's about how often you do it. And this is where adverbs of frequency come into play. Yeah, just think of it like a scale, or maybe a volume knob. All the way at the top, you've got always, that's 100% of the time. All the way at the bottom is never, 0%. And then you have all these useful words in between, like usually, often, and sometimes. These words paint a much clearer picture of your life for the person listening. Okay, now the really crucial part here is where you put the word. This is where a lot of people get tangled up. But look, the rule is pretty simple. The adverb comes before the main action verb, like I usually go. But, and this is the big but, if your verb is a form of be, like am, is, or are, the adverb actually comes after it. So I am usually tired. Getting this little detail right makes a huge difference in how fluent you sound. Moving on to key number 4. This one is all about using the right tool for the job. See, in English, we don't just use one verb for every single activity. We have these specific verbs like do, go, and play that are like best friends with certain types of activities. They just go together. So let's start with chores around the house. When we're talking about these regular tasks, the most natural pattern is to say do the and then the chore. We say do the cooking or do the laundry. It's like we're pointing to the specific, known chores in our house. This table here shows you the bigger picture. We use do for general things, like do yoga. We use go for a lot of activities that end in ing, like go swimming or go shopping. Play is the go-to for sports, games, and musical instruments. And take often gets used for quicker actions, like take photos. And this is so, so important. You can't just translate word for word from your native language. It's not make yoga, it's do yoga. It's not do guitar, it's play the guitar. Learning these little word partnerships, these collocations, is absolutely essential. All right, we've gathered all 4 of our keys. Now for the final and most satisfying step. Let's see how they all work together in harmony to create a really smooth, natural-sounding paragraph. This is where the magic really happens.
Okay, let's break this down real quick. I love doing yoga. Ding, ding, ding. That's key 1, the gerund. Next up, I usually do yoga. There's key 3, the adverb coming before the main verb. Then we have, when I was younger, I played tennis. That's key 2, contrasting the past and the present. And of course, do yoga and play tennis. That's key 4, using those correct verb partners. See? They all fit together like a perfect puzzle.
And there you have it. I want you to stop thinking of these as just boring rules. Instead, think of them as your personal toolkit. Each key is a tool you can now pull out to build better, stronger, and much more natural sentences in English. So, how do you get good with these new tools? Well, it's all about practice. First, next time you're watching a movie or a show, just listen for these patterns. Second, try writing a little paragraph about your own life. Third, and this is a big one, try to catch yourself when you're speaking and make little corrections. And finally, just read sentences like these out loud. It's all about building muscle memory.
So I'm going to leave you with one final question. Which one of these keys was the biggest aha moment for you? Was it the gerunds, the adverbs? Whatever it was, I want you to pick just that one thing to focus on and practice today, because that's how you make real, lasting progress.